put together an elite team of extreme trampoliners, and we're always looking for the perfect backyard, the perfect trampoline. And when we find that, and we're able to break into that backyard and get our high, and then we're gone as fast as we came. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. If I could sum up extreme tramping in one word, it would be danger and bouncy. First time I ever saw Todd, he did the craziest and bravest thing I'd ever seen. Helmet comes from a small town called Sweden, just off the coast of Germany. And he brings with him a fearless tactical efficiency that is a characteristic of the Latino people. Each of them has some good tricks. Todd brings with him Charlie Chaplin. Dancing Zorba. Helmet invented Schindler's Twist. Tramp Me Amadeus.
Helmet comes from a country called Deutschland, and the problem is I don't speak Dutch. So from what I've gathered from him, he gave up a lot to be here. He had a real fairy tale childhood back in his homeland. A real Hansel and Gretel story.
When I was a child in Nuremberg, I worked in a factory making trampoline springs. My little fingers could barely keep up to the assembly line, but I did my best. I was the oldest of all the children, so if my production dropped at work, the supervisor would punish my sisters, who also worked in the factory. So the trampoline robbed me of my childhood, but has also kept me alive. It is my darkest pain and my deepest pleasure. My passion for the tramp is equaled only by my loathing for her.
The first excursion that we went on as a team, and it might have just been because me and Helmet were so nervous, didn't go well. I'm glad that Darren didn't judge us based on that first excursion, because if he had of, we'd be back base jumping.
There are communication issues with Helmet, obviously. I mean, I don't speak foreign. He doesn't speak regular. So, I mean, there's that boundary there.
Gerhard. Hands. One hand. No. Roll.
Ultimately, we all speak the language of the tramp. And, I mean, that's what it comes down to. That's the international language. Like love. Or Esperanto. The highest jumps come out of the perfect conditions. Just the perfect updraft. The perfect double bounce. I normally don't let Todd lead bounce, but that day I knew, you could see the look in his eye, and there was a fire, and he had to lead that day. I think probably the only thing that brought him down was the natural force of gravity. If it wasn't for that, when an excursion goes well, it's like nothing you've ever seen. When just everything comes together, when the homeowner has no idea that you're even there, when you're just nailing your tricks, The double bounces, they're truly double. It's like watching a ballet. A Russian ballet. A poet once said, "Jump. Go ahead. Jump." Well, I say, might as well.